Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my friends and my lecturer, Mr. Ali Mursalin. So it's a pleasure to meet you again. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Putri Atikah Marwa, and my student number is B10, 24, 15, and 107. My major is marketing, and I must take organizational behavior in this semester because I have to. And based on my numbers of presentations, I get to answer the question type A, and this type A questions consist of 4 parts, which are part A, part B, part C, and part D. And in this golden opportunity, I would like to answer the type A questions of organizational behavior final short exam. Please listen to my answer and give comments on my answer by giving the opinion and the score. Well, let me begin. Part A, number 1. What is the department do you take? Why you should study organizational behavior? How important is organizational behavior for for the student of marketing, finance, and also HRM? Give examples. So, as I mentioned before, I take marketing as my concentration. Organizational behavior is important for every concentration, I think, since it plays a big role, and it's like the way person interact within the groups and also produce work. So it's pretty vital for every concentration, which is finance, human resource, or also marketing. And number 2 is what books are used in OB lectures. Mention their titles, their author, their page, also their contents, their benefits to you as student and also as a manager. So there is one book that usually used for organizational behavior in the class, which is Organizational Behavior 15 edition by Stephen P. Robbins and Timothy A. Judge. It consists of 711 pages. Content consists of 18 chapters which explain about every aspect in organizational behavior. The first chapter is what is organizational behavior. Second is diversity and organization. The third is attitudes and job satisfaction. Fourth is emotion and moods. Fifth, personality and values. And sixth, perception and individual decision making. 7, motivation concept. 8, motivation, the form concept to applications. The 9th is foundation of group behavior. The 10th in understanding work teams. 11th, communication. 12th, leadership. 13th, power and politics. 14th, conflicts and negotiation. 15th, foundation of organizational structure. 16th, organizational culture. 17th, human resource policies and also practices. And 18, organizational change and stress management. And also so that's all for the chapters. And also this books is very useful to understand OB for the student and also for the manager. It helps the manager to find the best solution for some cases in their organization. Through this book is also give lots of case study that already provided. So yeah. Questions number 3. How many times have you absent from attending organizational behavior lectures and why? So I absent once from organizational behavior lectures because I have to pay tuition fees and also replace the old student card with the new one. The third question, please compare the 3 books that have been posted on organizational behavior group on Facebook and also on WhatsApp. In this opportunity, I would like to compare the books. There are 3 books. The first one is Organizational Behavior 15th edition by Stephen P. Robbins and also Timothy A. Judge. The second is Organizational Behavior new edition by Fiji Koldakar. And the third is Fundamental Organizational Behavior 3rd Canadian editions by Stephen P. Robbins and also Nancy Langton. So if I asked to compare these 3 kinds of books, I would still choose the first one, which is Organizational Behavior 15th edition by Stephen P. Robbins and also Timothy A. Judge, since this book is pretty interesting and this book is pretty complete. The interesting part is this book consists of lots of colors, so it's more colorful and more easier to understand, since there are also so many case studies that are similar to this word now, so it's more easy for us to understand the OB course. Questions number 5. Mention the topics that have been presented by your friends after midterm tests, and also what do the topics tell you. So the topics that are presented after midterms are the first, Understanding Work Teams by Susianti and Alifa. It's give us the knowledge about understanding work teams, what is work teams and how to work in teams. And the second one is Communication by Salvatore and also Farhadi Basoraya. And it tells us about communication in organization, how we communicate with people to people, and how it delivers to how the process of communications. The third one is Leadership by Nur Aziz and Gadis Mesantika Atmaja. And also after that, Power and Politics by Gracia Winda and Pugar Laksana Sadewo. And the fifth is Conflict and Negotiation by Stella and Winnie Laurencia. And then Foundation of Organizational Structure by Kevin Lai and Kevin Cristanto. And then Organizational Culture by Devi Anggreni and also Teguh Syakamarau. It tells us about the organizational culture in the organizations, how it affects the people or the employees, and also human resource policies and practices by Nanda Abele and also me, Putri Atikah Marwa. So this chapter tells us about the human resource policies. There are several policies in the human resource, and also tells us about selections, training and development, what is training and development, what the types of training and the importance of them. And also the 18th is organizational change and stress management by Ehsan and also Elisa. And then the last one is ABC Behavior by Yulia and also Yahya Al-Fatih. Question number 6. How do you find your organizational behavior lectures in this short-term course? And how many chapters have been discussed? And what the benefit have you got from studying these chapters in organizational behavior? And how can you apply organizational behavior to your department have you taken? So this organizational behavior class in the short-term course has a very hard task and type, since we have to explain, we have to study, and also we have to learn around 19 chapters, and in the same time we also have the other subject, which is six other subjects that are require a lot of time to study in this short term course. And also but I'm glad that by studying organizational behavior I learned something. that uh, how I should implement OB in my department, and what if I'm being the one of the manager in my own company, how the behavior of my employee can also influence the whole of organizationals, and also the behavior of customer that will purchase the product and their complaints. And this organizational behavior course will surely give me the learn about how to be a good manager. So we come to the part B. The first question in the part B is, what is the ABC of behavior? How is ABC of behavior applied in your study in university, in your life at home? And how does manager apply the ABCD of behavior to his employee? So the ABC model is the three-term contingency of antecedents, behavior, and also consequence. An antecedent is something that comes before a behavior and may trigger that behavior. And a behavior is anything that individual does, and a consequence is something that follows the behavior. It helps the manager to define the factors of consequence for employee. So if the company doing good or bad performance, managers can decide whether he or she wants to give the consequence in a bad consequence or a good consequence for their employee. And for student, I have the benefit to be able to determine the behavior of my friends and also my lecturers. The second question is, what is ABC analysis? Why is it important? And explain the history of ABC analysis. So analysis of ABC is the analysis to organize information over several observation sessions by recording the types of behavior observed and the event that precede and also follow the behaviors, and understand why people behave in certain ways. ABC behavior also important because it helps to understand and modify behavior, help to analyze and predict the behavior as well. Number 3, is it stress good or bad to you, and how do you manage your stress? So there are two types of stress. Stress that are beneficial and also motivating is called as good stress, and the stress that cause health problem is called bad stress. Researchers believe that some stress can help to fortify the immune system, and for intense stress can improve how your heart works and also protect your body from infections. And if I'm stressed, I have to handle it by hanging out and also watching movie. Number 4, what is organizational culture and why is it matters to you and also the manager in company? So organizational culture refers to the beliefs, ideologies, principles, values that individuals of an organization shares. These cultures is a determining factors in the success of the organizations. One reason why is it matters is organizational culture helps to keep the employees motivated and also loyal to the management of the organizations. Questions number 5. There are 4 types of customer. Mention and explain them. How do the 4 types of the customer behave when they want to buy something, and how do you sell something to them? And also, what type of customer are you according to 4 types of customer? So the first customer is the director. This personality is generally associated with the demanding people. They don't care about anyone's interests rather than their own, and their goals are very clear. They want the best possible product at the lowest possible price, deliver what they want. And the second one is the analytical. So these types usually have professions that require accuracy or analysis, whereby they conduct research and also analyze all the possibilities before they making single decisions. And the third type is the relator. The relator or belonging personality has a strong need to feel part of a group. So the easiest way to sell this product, to this personality type, is simply just ask them what is their opinion toward this product, and do they think that we as the organization or the distribution or the company have to carry it. And also the fourth type is the socializer, and they are mostly outgoing, love to talk, and also love to make a friends. Socializer have to receive and give compliment. However, they tend to be self-centered, and they want to go to a store where they are made to feel important. And based on those four types of customer, I'm typically the socializer. And then the questions number 6, how can I become a morning person? So the way for being the morning person is just to get more sleep, or just simply put your alarm clock around you. Questions number 8, what is ABC model of behavior? Mention and explain the component of ABC model of behavior. How do you apply the ABC model of behavior? Student in the university, child in a family, employee at work, and a manager in a company. So, as I already stated at the questions before, the three terms contingency of antecedents, behavior, and consequence. The antecedents is something that comes before behavior and may trigger the behavior, and a behavior is anything that individual does, and also a consequence is something that follows the behavior. Well, this question is already questioned at the questions before actually. And so we come to the part C. In this part, we have to find the video related to organizational culture, leadership, conflict in the organization, negotiating, type of employee, type of lecturer, or type of customer. So the first one is, I got it from the channel of Stanford graduate business School of Business. It published on March 23 on 2010. So the popular Stanford graduate school business lectures called Joel Peterson says, without giving careful thought of how one interacts with the others, particularly on team, a founder may be setting a culture without knowing it. So what can a founder do is to positively impact the culture for the long term in this day. And what should he or she done? He or she should be careful for a long term. She or he should be careful not to do the negatively impact to the culture. And also the lecture here leads discussions on the issues surrounding development of a corporate culture in the new business ventures. And also the second videos is published on May 4th, 2010 on the channel of TED or TAD. So Simon Sinek give the example including Apple and also Martin King, and he presents a simple but powerful model for how leaders inspire actions, starting with a golden cycle and also the questions on why. And the third videos is published by the channel of TAD X Talks, published on July 3rd on 2014. So here Thomas talks about the new resource to work with people in conflict. The fourth videos is published by channel Stanford Graduate School of Business, published on March 13 on 2013. So in this video, it stated that the negotiation is a problem solving. The goal is not to get a deal, but the goal is to get a good deal. So fourth step to achieving a successful negotiation is access, prepare, ask, and also package. The next video is by the channel Skirmish Strategies, published on September 8, 2016. So we calc up the thinking that we want to treat everyone the way we want to be treated, right? But it just doesn't work out that on the business. If you want to motivate people the way that works best for them, not everyone is motivated by the same things that you are. So this can cause a lot of conflict in the business. If you don't understand why someone is or isn't motivated by something you are doing, they are ultimately for different motivation types, and all of us have a little bit of each and every one. And then the next videos is on the channel by Glitter Boy Vlogs, published on January 2006 on 2017. So the speakers classified the lectures into several types. The first one is blurcast, unprepared, the irrelevant example generator, and also not so nice. So the last video is published on February 27, 2014. It's on the channel of Tom Wennick. And this video says there are two kinds of customer in this world. Funny thing is, every customer is a bit bipolar and flips between one of two modes of shopping, depending on the product categories. So if you want to get everything, you got out everything you have, and you must determine which type of customer you want to attract with your marketing. So we come to the part D. Number one, how many videos are posted in OB groups on Facebook and mention what the video talks about. So actually there are 337 videos has been posted on the Facebook of organizational behavior, and the videos that I still remember is about ABC model of cognition behavioral therapy. It's published on October 22nd on 2014 by Therapist 8. So the ABC model of cognitive behavioral therapies explain why you think that the things you think, why you feel the feel that you feel, and why you do the things you do. And when we learn to use the ABC model, we can begin to intervene and take control of our thoughts and also feelings and behavior. And then CBT is an approach to psychotherapy where an individual learns to recognize their thoughts, feelings, and behavior, and how they all related to the one another. And ABC models is at once a core of the CBT theory. And then the second videos that I remember is how the communication process works, episode 20, published by Analyze Business Academy, published on August 2nd, 2012. The speaker teach on how business communication. During this brief video, she explained how the communication process works and provide example to reinforce the concept discussed. And then number two, how many articles are posted on Facebook group and WA or WhatsApp, I mean. So there are actually 48 articles that have been posted, and the lesson that I got is about ABC behavior. The lesson that I got from the article that I wrote is ABC behavior. So ABC behavior, A stands for antecedents. It's the antecedents is anything that might contribute to the behavior, and behavior is something that individuals do, and the consequence is which correlate with someone's behavior of choice with the related outcome. Number 3, and how many questions did you see on OB group, and have you done recorded, and what's your answer? So yeah, there's actually a lot of questions that I've been seen on the group, and I've been recorded all of them, and here's several of my answer. So the first the questions are the first, what is emotion? So emotion here refers to the complex experience of sensation and behavior reflecting to the personal significance of a things, event, and a state of affairs. And the second is how I can become the morning person. Just simply get enough sleep and put the alarm clock around me. The third is the component of attitude. There are 3 components. The first one is affective component. It refers to the emotional reactions one has toward an attitude object. And the second one is behavioral component. It refers to the way of one behave when exposed to the attitude object. And the third one is a cognitive component. It refers to the thoughts and belief one has about the attitude object. And then for the personality test, I'm the type B. It's like I'm the mix of personality that more than B than the type A, and I'm more lazy than the competitive one, and also I take time doing some tasks or projects, more like laid back than most, but I also alert to the same time and mostly, and also I find myself relaxing and listening to music than doing my work or what is really important. When I do work, I will drive myself to do the work, but afterwards I would like to be with my friends and also hanging out in my room or whatsoever. And also I might be lazy from time to time, but if I do work hard, at least I tried, that will count. And then for the console personality, I'm the console personality. At my heart, console personality are social creatures that thrive on staying up to date with what of my friends are doing. The strengths are sensitive and warm, very loyal, good at connecting with others, and also my weakness are worried at my social status, too selfless, and also often too needy. Well, my friends, that's all my answer. I hope that you can understand my answer and can benefit you. I thank you very much for your attention and watching my video. I am very happy that if you can give a comment to my answers. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.